Yo, what up, my Shadow Army? So this is Shadow Critias back again with another My Hero Academia Creepypasta what-if video. So yes, today I will be doing What If Deku Was Jeff the Killer? And before I continue on, you guys saw the warning that this will contain graphic, bloody, gore, sexual, rapist, strong language, and also, if I gotta mention, abuse, pretty much all of the above, and of course, a lot of freaking 18 plus. So if you guys can't handle these kind of things, leave right now. If you don't mind about that, so just stay in and just enjoy this video. So, and yeah, without wasting any time, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into this scenario. And like I said before, you guys are gonna fucking regret for voting in the first place. We're gonna start off where both Deku and his younger brother, Hanzo, yes, in this story, Deku has a younger brother, and they both just at the park hanging out with Bakugo and his three Goonies, just like how the original, kind of like how in the Creepypasta where Randy is treating the others instead of treating Jeff and his younger brother are. In this timeline, though, Bakugo dares Deku to, use a knife, what you see in the thumbnail, to, cut himself and give him that big, huge smile, just like in the Creepypasta story. And Deku was like, you sure about that? And Bakugo was like, just do it, you damn nerd. And he just does it, and it caused bloodlust, and everyone, and Bakugo and the other are just shocked and disbelief he actually did it without hesitation. His younger brother Hanzo was just horrified, and he screams out of his lungs, and the Bakugo and his goon trying to make it shut the hell up. You're gonna cause a scene. And not only that, shit, I forgot I was gonna continue on with this. Fuck! Oh, I remember now. And they've been calling, some people call the ambulance because they heard a scream and police, and when they see Deku losing bloodlust by giving a huge cut mark, and of course these kids will bully him and they dare him to, so of course Bakugo and the other try to make up false lies, etc. like that. And when Hasashi came in, he is pissed. Not because of the cop. He's pissed that Bakugo and his damn cronies just making these false lies and accusing his son of something he didn't do, because it was the bullies who made him do it, and he just did it without the hesitation. And so Deku was sent in the hospital to be, recovered, and they wanted to stitch the face, but somehow Deku is fighting and he doesn't want them to stitch it. So they decided not to. They tried multiple times, but they decided to just leave it as it is, because he thinks it actually would suit him, because he still analyzed with All Might, and he wanted his smile to be bigger than All Might. So they decided to leave it there. And after that, after he's been fully recovered, after a few months has passed, Deku's been acting a little bit weird all of a sudden. He's been acting up all of a sudden. He's starting to go a little bit crazy, and this bit worried both Inko and Hasashi and Hanzo about Deku, about after the cut marks and everything. Not only that, the Inko caught Deku by burning his islands and making like what you see in the thumbnail right now. That's what he did, and this horrifies Inko. She doesn't know what to do, and when Hanzo is not alone, when he's not around with them, Hasashi thinks that they need to go to kill their child before he does anything stupid or something dangerous. And Inko don't like that idea, but it's the best way, because their second son had a quirk, but Deku is still quirkless in this story. And also, before they started to do anything, uh, um, a stab come from behind of Hasashi's back, and Inko was like, Hasashi, you okay? And the knife removed from the back, and the body of Hasashi falls to the ground, and Inko just shocked in horror, and Deku gave the smile of it's kind of like Jeff the Killer style, and he says, "Go to sleep." And she screams out so much, and we're gonna time skip to where Deku at the age that he is in the original time at the age of 15, where Hasashi is at the age of 13. And Deku is being handcuffed in the attic underground, and he's been tortured, beaten up, and also being used for, well, sex slave. And Hanzo is just, living his life, and when he have his quirk, Bakugo and the goons started to, stop bullying because Hanzo has a quirk now, so they decided to be friends with it, but they do treat each other like shit to each other, but they are like bros and all that. And of course, Inko comes down in the attic and bring these 3 ladies into the building because they're paid Inko so they could rape or have sex with Deku. And Deku looks up. He said, "So, it's that time of the month again, huh, mother? So these 3 fine-looking ladies want some of me?" And Inko says, "Shut the fuck up, you little brat. I cannot believe you're still alive after all the beating and shit. You know what? No dinner's for you anyway. He's all yours, ladies." And Inko just walks off and closes the door, and the 3 ladies are in the attic. The basement, I meant, with Deku is Miss Joke, Midnight, and who else should be the one? Ryuku. Oh, I said her name right. So, and also changing my mind by Midnight is Mountain Lady. Just want to point that out there. And so, yeah. So all the 3Ds are arguing that who should go first, blah blah blah, and then starting fighting. But Miss Joke and Ryuku are arguing about it. But while they were not paying attention, Mountain Lady is already there at Deku, giving Deku a freaking blowjob, and Deku doesn't care. He just takes it because he'd been dealt with this for his entire life, and let's face it, he'd been fucking types of fine as ladies, so he just could take the hint. And plus he the one thing that they didn't realize, and Inko didn't notice, his chain is getting almost old, and as this goes back to break. So yeah, you could say that Midnight, I don't know why I keep saying Midnight, Mountain Lady giving Deku a blowjob, Miss Joe doing a 69, and Ryuku is doing whatever she wants to do with Deku. So after they actually get done with Deku, they was about to ready to head off, but Deku's like, "Oh, is that it already? I want more. Come on, ladies. And there's a way to treat a man like that. That's so not cool." And they all the ladies say, "Man, you already had enough, and plus you really not on time. We're just doing it so we can blow some steam." "Oh, is that right? Well, good luck with trying to get out since you've been locked up." Like, they was like, "What do you mean?" And Deku breaks the chain, and they're all freaking the fuck out, and all the ladies trying to get the hell out, but nope. Deku jumps on Miss Joke and snaps her neck easily, like a nothing more like a freaking easy bone. like easy bones. So, and then he goes to Mao Lady and use his chain to whip it and bitch slapped her with the chain, breaking her jaw, killing her instantly. And Ryuko trying to use her Dragon Core, but Deku actually grabbed that metal piece that in Ryuko's head. He removes it and stabs it through the right side of her neck, coughing out blood. The blood spewed out of her neck after he removed it. He stabs Ryuko multiple fucking times, non-stop, until Inko started to open the door and sees Deku is out, actually killing them. And she is fierce, like she doesn't know what to do. And Deku looks up and says, "Go to sleep." And she pulls out a gun and tries to shoot him, but Deku dodges it and goes straight at her and penetrate her to the wall, choking her to death. But he wants to make her suffer by beat the living shit out of her to death multiple times until he sees blood, until he has enough. He goes down to the kitchen and grab the kitchen knife that you can see in the thumbnail, and takes it and doing like Michael Myers style and stab the shit out of her mother multiple times at the chest, from the chest, the shoulder, and the head, and the neck as well. So Inko is 100% dead. And Deku is like, there's one thing I need to do. So he heads down to his brother's room while his brother was asleep, and Hanzo wakes up and sees Deku. He was about to scream, but Deku puts his hand on his face, getting close to his face to have an eye to eye, where Hanzo is shocked and feared that this is the end of his life, and he's gonna die. And of course, Deku said the same line again by stabbing him 78 times while saying, "Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep." And not only that, and then also I forgot to mention this, that after these past years, his entire body is similar to what you see the thumbnail right now. And before he started to leave, he decided to grab his white hoodie jacket and only take what he needs, like, his butcher knives and also anything that he needed to, killing people whenever he comes across or something like that. And of course he goes back to the attic and found a gasoline, and since he has a lighter because his mother started smoking after he killed his father when he was only the age of 5, I guess. And so he put all the gas oil around the building, around the basement, and started pouring more gas oil around the house, even in his brother's room, around the house especially. And he used a lighter, throws it down, and then when he was about to walk out, the place set on fire from within, and he starts to walk away and start to singing by saying, "Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep." And while he kept on walking and singing, the building was set on fire. Police and fire truck are already there while he was already been gone. And of course we move on to the next day. Well, actually, I would say no, not the next day. Few weeks has been passed of that incident. So, like I said, a few weeks has passed after that incident, and Hanzo wakes up, and in his mind, he's like, am I in heaven? Am I dead?" And he realized that he's alive. He's in a hospital. I thought I was dead. The last thing I remember was, and he started having flashback of his own, about Deku killing him multiple times, and he moves the blanket and pulls down the the outfit that you wear when you're at the hospital. He pulls it down and sees bunch of scars around his entire body. Even looks in the mirror and he has a scar in his face. Like, and he's like, how am I alive? How? And the doctor comes in and is like, oh, you awake. That's good. You are one tough kid. Don't worry, you had like multiple scars. You've been stabbed like over 78 times. And this shocked Hanzo that he's been stabbed by 78 times and he's still alive and survived. And Hanzo is like, where's my mother? Is she okay? And the doctor just looked down and sighed and said, I'm sorry to say this, son, but your mother is dead. And your home has been burned down to the ground. And this breaks Hanzo, and he is broken down tears that his home is gone, his mother is dead, and now after that, Hanzo is just filled with more sadness to rage, because he's gonna find his brother, and so he can have his revenge. But somehow it comes with a concussion where the doctor telling that you might have split 2 personalities. We don't know what it is, but before he about to say anything, Hanzo jumps on the doctor, grab one of those grab these what do you call these things that doctor used? Grab one of those little tiny knives and stabs the doctor in the throat, and he gone a little bit psycho, and then he snapped out and realized what he just done, and he has to leave. He has to go, and then he does see his clothes that he had on, so he put them on and just storms right out, and he's like, I need to get out of here, far away as I can. And he remembered what the doctor said before he killed him. He said, you might have split personalities. One is that you are now, and now he realized what it means. Now he knows what kind of personality, 2 personalities that he will have. His normal self and his bloodlust. So, yeah. So he doesn't know what to do. He has nowhere else to go. He's homeless. Is he gonna be homeless, live in the street? If so, he's gotta learn how to survive and take care of his own self. Maybe he could go to Katsuki Bakugo's place. Maybe he could go there. Yeah, they actually would like that. They actually, Bakugo wouldn't mind, because he would be okay with it. So he decided to head down to Bakugo's place, and that's where I'm gonna focus on him for right now. So we're gonna skip to the night of in Japan, where Deku does on killing rampage and killing a lot of people, and of course on the news, everybody hears the news about there's a serious a victim murderer, a serial murderer out there in the alleyway every single day, every single night. But people keep finding, although the police have been investigated by seeing a bunch of message about saying go to sleep, and they found the name of the person who called himself Jeff the Killer. And so yeah, in this one, Deku not gonna call himself Deku the Killer or Izuku the Killer. He wants to keep his real name identity So that's why he comes up with the name Jeff the Killer. So pretty much all the pros are gonna investigate during the night so they can find him. And we see a man on top of the building just, being overwatched over the citizen, make sure if there's no people killing or getting killed. And this person wearing all black and have these scars around his neck, and of course, well, is Aizawa. And he's gonna investigate and find this Jeff the Killer and bring him to justice. Even if he has to kill him, then so be it. And of course, he hears someone screaming for help, so he rushed in and followed the sound of that scream, and he comes to the alleyway and sees a kid with long black hair wearing a white hoodie jacket and just killed another victim, which is a woman with her child, a baby child. So he killed the mother and the baby child without a second thought. And Aizawa is shocked and horror and says, Stop right there, you damn murderer." And Deku turns around and says, "Oh, it is the one and only Razorhead. I've been wanting to find you. I always wanted to fight you and kill you. I wonder what your blood would taste like." And Aizawa was like, "Your day of killing people has come to an end. So give up now. Come, surrender peacefully, or I have no choice to put you down by force." And Deku's like, "I'd like to see you try, hero." So Aizawa just charged at Deku, and Deku goes charge at Aizawa as well. The fight between them two go at it, and Aizawa think he outclassed Deku. Oh no. Because let's just say a little bit flashback that Deku has been trained how to fight by Stain. And let's just say, yeah, Stain's not going to be involved because after Deku learns everything that Stain knows, Deku killed the hero killer Stain. And it's been over the news and everyone was shocked and horror that there is a new serial killer who kills not just heroes but villains and civilians without a second thought. So pretty much Jeff the Killer is became the most popular and most wanted criminal around in Japan. So yeah. So pretty much Deku made himself a big deal to Japan and also the Hero Society. So that's a little bit of flashback there. So we're gonna end We're gonna end that flashback and focus on the fight. Deku handles off pretty well until Aizawa actually knocked Deku out, and Deku just knocked out cold, which he's pretending to be knocked out cold. And Aizawa thinks he actually took out the most wanted, dangerous killer, such a young age, knocked out cold. He turns around and picks up his phone trying to contact some of the pros to get the police here, but Deku gets up slowly, comes right behind Aizawa, pulled out his knife out of his jacket pocket, put his hand in Aizawa's mouth and stabs him in the back, and stab him multiple times without second thought, and keeps saying multiple times, saying, "Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep." And Aizawa just falls in the floor, bleeding out, dying slowly. And the phone still goes on, and they're saying the person on the phone is one of the police, which is President Mike. And Deku picks up the phone and put it in his ear, said, "Go to sleep," and throws the phone and destroy the phone by throwing it down to the ground. And the one thing he does when he kills his victim, he takes something from their dead corpse. So Deku takes Aizawa's goggle as his trophy. So yeah, this version of Deku of Jeff the Killer does take something that belongs, the victim that he kills, from heroes, villains, and civilians. So that's what he does. And before he's about to leave, he come across a girl with blonde hair wearing like a schoolgirl dress, and she also has a knife, and also she's killing a man by drinking his blood after she killed him. And Deku is like, well, looks like I'm not the only one who likes to kill. And this girl stopped what she was doing and looks at and see Deku, known as Jeff the Killer, and she is shocked to see the man himself, the one who made himself the most popular, most wanted criminal around the world, and she has been inspired because of him, and she is geeking out. She's like, "You're Jeff the Killer, aren't you? I'm such a huge fan." And Deku's like, "Oh, I have a fan. Well, that's a little generous of you. Your name?" And she said, "Oh, I'm Himiko Toga. I want to become a serial killer because of you. And I always wanted to meet you in person, and I gotta admit, you actually look handsome." And Deku was like, "I get that around recently." "So, you want to play a game?" And this girl, and Toga's like, "Oh, do I? What game should we play? Let's hunt and kill some more people that gets in our way." And Toga's like, "Sure, I will like that. May I join by your side and tag along?" And Deku just couldn't help but laugh. He said, "Why not? I will love some company along the way. Why not?" And Deku, and this is where Toga and Deku, known as Jeff the Killer, started teaming up, became the most deadliest, most wanted criminal around the world. We're focusing on at the house which is the house of Yaohorozu family, where Momo is at the age that she was in the original before she get into the UA, but being highly recommended, she is decided to go to UA to be a pro hero, to do it for her mother after the loss of her from diagnosed with cancer. She goes to see, the ashes and the photo images of her mother, telling that she's going to make her proud and go to the UA to become a pro hero to help the others who need. And after she's saying that, tears coming down her eyes of being happiness and yet heartbreaking still. And Yaohorozu says that she missed her so much, and she felt sorry for her because, well, this is where we get a little bit of a flashback where Yaohorozu was at the age of, if I have to guess what age, let's say the age of, I would say, 10 years old, and the father and the mother had a discussion about what happened, what the situation with the mother, that she's gonna die with diagnosed with cancer, and Momo doesn't understand what the hell's going on, so she goes to her father and asks him about, is mommy's gonna be okay? And in this timeline, Momo will know because she's not that stupid, because she's way more smarter. So just want to clear that out of the way. And Mr. Yaohorozu trying to, gonna tell her by having a walk. So he asked if she would like to go on the walk with him, and she said yes, of course. And so they started to take a walk, and her father explained the situation was going on about her mother's condition, etc. until her father actually says that your mother is about. It is hard for him to say it, and Yaoyorozu just said that, "Just tell me, Dad." And her father just took a deep breath and said, "Your mother have a diagnosis of cancer. She only has 24 hours to live." And this strike Yaoyorozu's heart, shocked and stunned that her mother have no time left to live. And she's being stunned like this for the past almost a day. And when they got back home, her mother wants to ask Yaoyorozu if she wants to walk with her about this. And Yaoyorozu just shut down and says, "Not today, Mom." And she just storms off because she is completely shocked, because as much as she wants to walk with her mother, but she's just completely shocked. And her mother actually understand, but at the same time she felt heartbreaking because she would never get the chance to walk with her daughter one last time. So the next day, and her mother was sent to the hospital, and when she was at the hospital, she just died when she made it to the hospital. They tried to do it with the base they can so that she could say a last goodbye to her family, but it was already too late for that. After Yaoyorozu came back home from school, her father was heartbreaking, tears coming down from his eye, and Yaoyorozu doesn't see her mother, and she remembered that what her father said to her, that she's gonna die of diagnosis of cancer, and that she has like 24 hours to live, and the 24 hours has come to an end. Now she put all the pieces together that her mother just died when she was gone at school, and no one actually at school told her about it, and she didn't have nothing else to say. She's still heartbreaking, and she went back to her room and does nothing. She doesn't know what to say. She is heartbreaking, devastated, until a few weeks when it was a wedding, not the wedding, the funeral of her mother, and that is where she broke down crying. That now she felt guilt even more because she just rejected her mother offer to go take a walk with her the one last time. After the funeral, she cried even more and more and more. It's just tormenting. She had a good time, had a good bond of mother and daughter since she was very young, and then find out that she died by diagnosis of cancer. She is heartbreaking. She'd never been going to school recently because of this, and her father let the teacher know that she might not come to school for a bit because he just lost his wife, and it's devastating. Momo and the teachers and the principal completely understand, so they decided to let her, to skip some school for the next couple of days or so, and of course, after in Yaoyorozu's room, she's tearing up, saying that she should have just walked with her. She should have just walked with her. She should have just walked with her. And then when it got to her birthday, 11th birthday, and her entire birthday years, her mother was there, and she always sing the song to her of "My Little Sunshine." And now she's not here for her 11th birthday. She's all alone, and she's singing the song by herself. With she still tears coming down her eyes, and she doesn't know what to do. She felt alone. She feel like there's nothing she can do. And then she decided to goes out when it was nighttime. She decided to get something to drink until she come across her father sitting in his desk in his office. When his office door was wide open, she sees her father on his laptop with earpiece on his ear with some liquor and some alcohol, and also writing something down. So she goes to in his office and is trying to say, "Dad, what are you doing?" Of course, her father can't hear her until she has because he has an earpiece on his ear. So Yaoyorozu came from behind and removed them, and this actually caught the father off guard. And he turns around and see Yaoyorozu, and her father was like, "Momo, I didn't see you there. I'm sorry, I was a bit busy on, working or something." And Momo is smarter. She knows that she's lying. She knows that he's lying, and she sees that he's watching a video footage that him and her mother and herself when she was the age of 5. It's the video footage that they're celebrating about that Yaoyorozu has a quirk and was happy day of their life and decided to go to a beach. So they had the best day of their life, and Yaoyorozu was like asking like, "Is that the video footage when I was 5 because of my quirk?" And her father just nodded and said, "Yeah, it is." And Yaoyorozu could see and know about, "What are you writing, Dad?" And she's like, her father was like, "It's something that I'm working on." And Yaoyorozu, "Let me see it." Yaoyorozu, and Momo just yells out, "Let me see it!" And so she reached into his dad and grabbed it, and she reads it, and tears coming down her eye, and now she's a bit angry about it. She's like, "You son of a bitch! You're gonna commit suicide by leaving me? Why? Just why? After the mother died, you decided to commit suicide and let me alone so you could cause me more pain and suffering? Why? Damn it, Dad, why?" And her father didn't have no words to say. He looked down on the ground and just shut down. And Yaoyorozu just grabbed a bowl of liquor and the alcohol, throw it and breaks and shatter, and make sure there's no any alcohol or liquor in his office or around the house. So she asked her father if there's any more. And her father just nodded and said, "No, that was all of it." And Yaoyorozu know that he's lying, and she said, "Bullshit, there's more, where is it?" And her father just pointed out his finger and towards the right, on his right side. So Yaoyorozu goes in it and looks into his closet and see there's more. So she decided to show them even more and more, causing a mess. And after that, she's breaking down tears, and her father is there for her and saying that, "I know how much you feel this way. After your mother told me about it, I was heartbroken and devastated too. I didn't know what to do. I wish there was a way. If I just had more money, I could have the cure for the cancer for your mother so she would still be alive. But I didn't have enough. I failed as a husband. I failed as a father." And Yaoyorozu was like, "It's my fault. I should have took a walk, but I refuse. I had to live with that guilt. I had to live with that guilt. I don't know. I hate myself more than anything in the world. I hate myself. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do." And her father says that she had a call for someone that he didn't expect there to be. And he told her that he has a call someone from the heaven, when he answered the call, it was her mother. When he answered the call, she said her mother said on the phone that to play this song for her, and she was never mad at Yaoyorozu for not, taking that walk. And this actually shocked Yaoyorozu about it, so he picks up the recording that he picked up of this catching the song that her mother sang when she was on the phone with her. So while it was like a 30-second song, and he played it, and Momo was listening until the music until the mother said this last word. And she said, "You're my little sunshine, Momo, and I love you with all my heart and soul. Please live on. Be who you need to be. Make me feel proud. I love you. Always. And I'll always be with you, even though I'm not there in person. But I'm always alive in your heart. Whenever you're alone, I'm always there with you. When you're asleep, I'm always right next to you. Always." And the recording ends, and tears coming down from Momo's eyes. The tears of something that she's felt, something that she never felt before. All that guilt that she felt has been washed away. And then her father joined in, hug her, squeeze her tight, and he cries out as well that no matter what, that she will always be with them, even though that she's not around. And then her father said that he's not gonna leave her, and he made a promise. And this time he's not gonna commit suicide. He's not gonna leave her like this. He's not gonna cause her any more pain as it is. So the year has passed. After that, the bond between father and daughter got bond even more than her bond with her mother. And of course, the father and the daughter had a good time. So we time skip. We're back in the present timeline after Yaoyorozu looked at the ashes and the photo images of her mother, and we have another flashback after she walked away that Yaoyorozu told her father that she wants to follow her passion, follow her path to be a pro hero, because she wants to make her mother proud. And her father just smiled, and tears coming down his eyes, and says that your mother will be very proud of you, the choices past, and I'll support you no matter what. And Yaoyorozu just can't help but smile, and a bit of tears coming down her eyes, and hugs her father and says, "Thank you, Dad." And that's the end of the flashback. And Yaoyorozu is 10 months left, so she has a lot of time to practicing her skill of her quirk, and on that she might have to study something that she needs to know about the hero quirk. Court. I can't say the word. So that's pretty much all they're focusing on Yaoyorozu. We're focusing on at Bakugo's place, where Hanzo came in, and Mitsuki and Bakugo were happy to see him, that he's okay and alright. So they decided to take him in to be part of the family, and Mitsuki decided to adopt him. And Hanzo asked Mitsuki if he could change his name, his first name, as Hanzo something different, says he's not gonna be Hanzo Midoriya no more because he doesn't want to live that name anymore. So he decided to change his name to Liu Bakugo. So that's gonna be his name, Liu Bakugo, L-I-U. So Bakugo sometimes keeps calling him Hanzo because, well, old habits. it takes some time to say Lou, because it takes a hard time to get used to that, since Bakugo and Lou, well, I'm just gonna call him Hanzo for the series, so just bear with me. And them two started training and sparring together to get stronger and get powerful together, so they could go to the UA college. Well, yeah, and this time it is the UA college. So they decided to train together, fight together, practicing their skills together, so they both could go to UA, so they could be pro heroes together. And both of them are not, there are rivals, but in a good way, not in a bad way. So I'm not gonna go into the exam when the 10 months had ended. Both of them got into UA, and both of them are in the same class together. And when they arrived at the UA college and trying to find class 1A, they found a big huge door and saying, damn, why did this door have to be this big? This came from Hanzo, but saying it. And he continued on saying, are we gonna have like a giant student in here or something? And Baku said, I don't know, but we don't need to stand here and just talking about it, because we got here early, so we don't need to be standing here and just wait until we'll be late for class. So in this timeline, Bakugo maybe still be a prick, but he does show care. So when they walked in and started to sit in their desk, where Bakugo had the same desk in the original, and Hanzo having the desk that is behind Bakugo, and of course everything is completely different this timeline, since Midoriya is not in this school, so everything has completely changed. So, and Bakugo does put his feet on the chair just like the original, where Ida is, telling him that you are violating the school property, etc. That goes out the same, just like the original. And of course, Uraraka comes in and sees both Hanzo and Bakugo, so she goes to Hanzo and telling her that for thanking him to save her life back there. And Hanzo says, don't sweat, I did what I had to. And also another person joined in as well, which is Momoya Rozu. She came in and she decided to take a seat, the same seat that she's sitting right next to Shoto Todoroki. When she saw Shoto Todoroki, in her mind, her face turned a little bit of red, and in her mind, she's like, I don't know why I have this feeling, I just don't know this guy, but at the same time, he looks so handsome and so hot. Whew, I gotta calm myself down. This is the first day of school. I don't need them, ruin this moment. And of course, the first day of class goes out the same, just as original, but without Midoriya having one for all. So in this timeline, Hanzo and Bakugo never ever did one for all in this. So yeah, in this timeline, All Might already found a successor of one for all, which is Mero. So pretty much, like I said before at the beginning, that the big three already graduated in their third year of college, so Mero has one for all. So I just want to clear that out of the way. Does Ahmad still be part of the UA college? Oh, he does. He does. And in this timeline, All Might doesn't have that. All Might does have that injured, but and also in this timeline, All for One doesn't exist in this timeline. He is dead. So yeah. But the only villain that's left is Shigaraki and Overhaul. That's pretty much it in this timeline. So yeah. I just want to clear that away personally. And what else I want to bring up next? So yeah, in the first day and the second day of school of UA College does remain the same. Nothing has changed here and there. And their teacher is going to be the replacement of Aizawa, since Aizawa was killed. And the person that replaced for Class 1A is Midnight, and she, in this version, Midnight is, well, a lot more serious in this than just being how she was in the original, because after witnessing the death of Aizawa, her childhood classmate died by a new killer, Jeff the Killer, honestly. So she decided to take her former friend place as a teacher as Class 1A, and so in this time, since besides doing that quirk assessment, whatever you freaking call it in the original, they decided to go the I forget what they call it, where everyone introduced themselves and tell their quirk, etc. So yeah, that's what they do in this timeline now. So I'm not gonna want to get into none of that. And the second day of their school, of course, All Might comes in just like the original, and they're doing like fist-to-fist battle. So, fight training. So all that goes out the same in this timeline. The first matchup will just be Hanzo at Uraraka versus Bakugo and Ida, just like the original, but replacing Midoriya with his own little brother. So, one thing everyone has been talking about is his scar, and a lot of people know who Hanzo is, because he's the one who survived the burning house and been stabbed like 78 times and survived, and because they all heard the news about it, and they don't want to question him about that. Why did he change his last name to Bakugo? Why did he change his first name to Lu, honestly? So they don't want to get to his personal business, his personal past, so they decided to call him by his new name instead of just calling him by his original biological name. So, yeah. So, pretty much everything goes out the same. Hanzo does become friends with Uraraka and Ida a little bit, not as much of being friends with Kirishima, Kaminari, Sero, and Mina, honestly. So, yeah. So pretty much, Hanzo is kind of like part of Bakugo Squad, honestly. But Hanzo is gonna have his own version of Squad one day, kind of like how Deku does. So pretty much will be Ida, Uraraka, Shoto, and Asui, honestly. So yeah. And also Hanzo is kind of like a bully type in this, because whenever Mineta is trying to be a freaking pervert, etc., Hanzo just steps in and put Mineta in his place, etc. So yeah, that's pretty much what I need to be focusing on, I guess. Meanwhile, while both Deku and Toga are hiding their identities in the daytime, because one, they need a place so they can get some new clothes, food, water, etc. They do have a place to hide. It looks like the old banding warehouse, etc. So, but it felt like brand new, honestly, after Deku has been rebuilt everything. But the only thing they need is new clothes and food. So they've been sneaky about stealing all these things, so they're keeping a low profile in the daytime. When they're around nighttime, it gets a little bit difficult for them. When they're at nighttime, they start to come out of the shadow and start killing people that get in their way, or they see someone, they decided to go to their prey. After the nighttime, when it was night, Deku is about to head out, but Toga asks, "Where you going?" And Deku says that, "I'm going to take a little bit of a walk alone. I want you to stay here until I get back." And also, whenever they're in their daytime walkout, Deku decided to go with his actual normal voice than just his own psychotic voice, because they don't want people to know that, oh, Jeff the Killer is here, so in the daytime. So yeah, so pretty much hide his identity. So when Deku is just walking alone in the street, etc., and just minding his own business, having some fresh air, etc., until he sees a woman in the alleyway, wearing all normal outfit, you know, your typical female dresses, etc. Not like going out on a date or a prom or anything, just like you going on out in a movie or whatever. And this woman has a similar hairstyle, can describe it, and also she has a glasses type, and he recognized who she is because he remembered that day that she came to his house where her mother brought her in the attic, and he remembered her original name, but he knows who her hero name. So he walks to her and says, well, it's been a long time, has it, Midnight? And she turns around and sees Deku, and she's like, Izuku? Is that you? And he says the one and only. And this before he walks to her, before he actually speaks to her, he had his mask on and his hoodie on his head, and she's actually tearing up, actually surprised that she thought he was killed, but apparently he survived. And the first time she hugs him, and this actually caught Deku by surprise because she didn't even care for Deku that day, and then she cared for her, and she showed cared in the first place. She should have just saved him back then. She should have saved him all those years ago, but she did it. She just used him, abused him, raping him, etc. And Deku breaks the hug, and he says, "It's good to see you too." And also, and without wasting time, at Midnight just, Momo wants to kiss him, but Deku stops him. He's like, this is not the best place to do it. And so Deku takes her by the arm and find a place so they could have a privacy alone. And this is where the 18+ scenes happen. So when they're alone in another alleyway where they both have a little bit of privacy, but they found another place they could find is into a room where they're full of stairs when they're just all alone. So they both decided to make out. Midnight decided to make out with Deku first before Deku about to start doing anything, because she missed Deku. She wants him so damn bad, and Deku wants to make sure he enjoys the last every single one of it, because he can't let anyone know that Izuku Midoriya is Jeff the Killer. So he has no choice but to enter after this. So Deku decided to just have this one last time. And so Midnight goes down and starts to suck his dick, and Deku just admitted that he really enjoyed it, every single one of it. And then Midnight puts him down to the ground and right on him, and she goes faster and faster and faster. And then Deku takes control, because he hasn't never been taking control at all. So he decided to take the action by, just biting her neck, giving her a hickey, licking her, kissing her, sucking her tits and everything. And not only that, she and Midnight enjoys every single inch of it, and she wants to enjoy it even more. And Midnight is about to come. She's moaning and loud, to saying that she's about to come, and Deku is about to say it as well. And after that, she got done with their business, and she felt every single inch of it. She wants to do round 2, but Deku pulls out a knife and slit Midnight's throat. And this actually shocks Midnight that Deku would do something like this. And when Deku removed his hoodie, and her eyes of shock and horror, tears coming down her eye, that the person who killed Aizawa, it was Deku. Deku was Jeff the Killer. She cannot believe this. She had her hands and her throat trying to stop the bleeding, where the blood is trying to spew out and is on her hand, almost covered up in the entire hand. And she's trying to say, Izuku, why? And Deku said, why? It's because of you of all people. You abused me, used me as a fucking sex doll, a sex slave. When I was free, I killed my mother. I killed my brother. And there's been rumors that he survived. Hell, I was the one who killed Miss Joker. Damn it, I fucked it up. I was the one who killed Miss Joe, Mountain Lady, and of course, Ryuku. And I was the one who burned my apartment. So I So I decided to leave no evidence behind. And since I saw you, I have no choice to kill you because no one needs to know about Izuku Midoriya. It's Jeff the Killer. So, I have no choice to kill you, my dear beloved Midnight. I have to end of your misery right here, right now. And after Deku about to ready to stab Midnight in the head, he says, go to sleep. And he stabs Midnight in the eye socket, killing her instantly. And after Deku finished her off by killing her, he removed the knife out of his eye, gets up and put his mask and hoodie back on and started to walk out the building. After he walked out of the building while the door shut, the blood comes out through under the door while Deku walks away. While Deku's about to head back, he hears someone screaming for help. Help! And Deku follow and walk to the sound of crying for help. He sees 3 random goons are attacking this young girl wearing all school clothes, wearing a UA high college. She has a long hair with a long big ponytail or something like that. And of course it's, Momoya Rozu, and they planted to rip off her clothes so they can rape her and stuff. So Deku walks in and said, y'all guys better back the fuck up. And everyone just stares and looks at the kid wearing all white hoodie jacket, and they're like, look bud, you better as well get the hell out of here before you get yourself killed. And Luke is talking. Do you have any idea who I am? And I was like, look, who the hell are you then exactly, since you like to talk shit about it? Deku removed his hoodie and removed his mask and show the smile face to them, and this shot core on their both Momo and the goon's spine. They realize they're talking to the most dangerous killer in Japan, Jeff the Killer, at your service. And they're all shocked and fear, and they want to run away, but they decided to kill this bastard. If we do, we might get a reward. And 3 of the goons try to rush in to attack him, but Deku just mollywops them on the floor, whooping their ass, kicking them, punching them. After they're about to fall to the ground, Deku used his knife and slid, cutting by stabbing. He slit one of the guy's throat, stabbing the other guy in the head, and then stabbing the last guy right to the heart, killing them instantly. And Momo was on the floor, shaking, furious, and she sees him, realize that he's coming right at her, and she also screams out like, please, stay back, don't kill me, don't hurt me. And Deku pulls out his hand, lift her up, and she is shocked that a killer offer a hand, offer for help. So she takes it and Deku lifts her up, and Momo was like, why did you save me? I thought you was gonna kill me to leave no witnesses. And Deku just couldn't have it but laugh, like, I actually do that actually, but after what they were planning to do to you, I knew what they were planning to do. and I did not want you to go down the same position that I went through. And this actually shocked Momo that, like, she said, wait, you also been raped before? Yes. My mother used me for sex slave, so she bring random females to have sex with me, abuse me, rape me. And these ladies that she brought in the house, my house, they were pro heroes. And this shocked Momo that a pro hero raped this man, and none of that. Is that the reason why he became like this? Or maybe there was more than that. And he told them who the pro hero was, that it was both Midnight, no, actually it was both Miss Joke, Mount Lady, Ryuku, and of course Midnight. And this shocked Yaoyorozu that her homeroom teacher used to did this, and she wants to know more about him, but Deku puts back his hoodie and his mask back on, about to walk away by saying, "What's your name though?" And she said, "I'm Momo Yaoyorozu." And also before he about to walk away, he said, "Can you keep this a secret? Do not tell anyone that Jeff the Killer saved your life. If I tell you this is personal. Do not tell them about my real name. I want them to keep it a secret. I want them to believe that I'm dead." And she asked, "Then what is your real name? Because a lot of people don't know who your real name. That's been like a theory and rumors about what is your real name. Some people say that you might be the child of Midoriya or something." And Deku just laughed and said, "Well, that is true. My last name is Midoriya. It's not Jeff Midoriya. It's Izuku Midoriya. That's my real name. I promise you to keep this a secret. If you tell anyone about it, I will hunt you down and I will kill you. Remember that." And Momo just nodded and she said, "I will. You have my word." And Deku just storms off and walk away. And he said, "See you soon. See you, Yaoyorozu." And Deku walks away. And until Deku disappeared without a trace, Momo is out standing there alone while Deku was being walked away after he just disappeared. And Momo is shocked that a killer, a murderer, just tell her all this information about it, and not only that he saved her life, because what he's going through, he doesn't want anyone to go through that same position that he went through. And Momo just whispered the word and say, "Thank you, Izuku. Thank you." The next day of the UA college, where all the students are, do what they usually do, be in class on time. And in class 1A, everyone are waiting for Miss Midnight to show in class, but she has not been show up until President Mike and Principal Nezu walked in with a sad, depressed on their face, and Principal Nezu to announce all the students sit down there to announce that they have some news they need to inform the students of their teacher. So everyone was a bit confused, and Asui raised her hand and asked, "Is everything okay? Where's Miss Midnight?" And they both President Maya and Nezu looked at each other with a sad glimpse on their face, and they both looked down and they both sighed. And Nezu said, "That's what we want to talk about." And President Mai finishing by saying that it's been announced and there's been news out right now that someone found Midnight dead at the random building where inside the building of right next to the alleyway. So Miss Midnight is dead by Jeff the Killer. And this is shock and stun everyone that first Aizawa, then Midnight. How many teachers that he has been killing is Jeff, and now that people are speculating that it's Jeff the Killer is trying to stop them to be a to train the next generation of heroes. And that's been a lot of people, that's been a theory going on, but Momo Yaoyorozu knows that no, he's only killing people whenever he comes across. They all know that, but why? And Momo Yaoyorozu had to keep this secret because she was spared because of Jeff the Killer saved her, and not only that, if she revealed Deku's true identity to everyone, she's gonna be, gonna be hunted down and be killed, and her life will be on the line, because Deku's threatened her if she reveals any identity to her, to anyone. Yeah, she's pretty much 100% dead. And then Nezu announced that Present Might will be your your third teacher, replace both Aizawa and Midnight. In this story, Present Might is not gonna be the light mood kind of guy. Yeah, he's gonna be, well, let's just say he's not gonna be the hype type of person, because he just lost two of his childhood classmates that he used to know, and he became friends with them, and now they're dead by the same person. He made an oath to himself in his mind that if he does come across Jeff the Killer one day, he will get his revenge. No, not revenge. Bring his friend's death for justice. Even if he has to kill Jeff the Killer, then so be it. So, yeah. After Nezu left, Present Might once just announced that tomorrow, instead of just going today, they are going to the USJ to, do a rescue training exercise. And a lot of students wanted to be hype about it, but at the same time, they're not in the mood because after hearing this news. And of course, Yaoyorozu raised her hand up, asking a question like, "Are you sure this is a good time for that? Because we feel like we're not in the hype mood for this. After we both heard the news, I feel like we should not be doing these kind of stuff until, well, Jeff the Killer has been captured." And President Mike actually not agrees on that, but they already have some pro heroes to investigate around the world, around Japan, to find him from day and night. So yeah, they're gonna keep the eyes on him to fight him and bring him to justice. And not only that, they decided to, if they do come across Jeff the Killer, bring him alive. If he doesn't want to come, then just, kill him or put him down on the ground to arrest him. So, yeah. So, they're still going to go to USJ tomorrow. So, since they heard the announce, they both already dismissed way early because there's no reason to do studying or anything like that after hearing this news. So, everyone just do what they usually do since they don't feel like going back home. They decided to stay in school to chill with the others, and Mama just sitting there alone in her thoughts about that night that Jeff the Killer saved her, and she can't stop thinking about Izuku, and she doesn't know what to do. That if she tells anyone about this, her life's in the line. She can't let anyone else know. Not even her teacher, the principal, the pros, or even her family. She has to keep the secret for everyone's sakes and safety. So, and Jiro comes by and says, "Hey, Yaoyorozu, you okay? You look down. You feel like you're dead from the inside." And Momo was like, snap out of conscious. She's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just taking this all in of, the loss of Midnight." And Jiro, like, that, "Yeah, I understand. It's hard on everyone, honestly." And then, both Jiro asked Momo if she wants to go out, go down the lunch way earlier, and she said, "Yeah, sure." So they both walked out, and they see a bunch of girls come around show to Todoroki, and all the girls are trying to ask him to go on a date. They give Todoroki their number, and this does kind of piss off Momo and show a little bit jealousy. And Jiro could see this. She's not that dumb. She could tell people's body in motion. And Jiro was like, "Are you sure you're okay? Because you feel like you're angry or jealous or something." And Momo just, now that I'm fine. Now, can we just go? I just don't want to be around of that. And Yorosa just walks on by, and Jiro stayed behind. And she could put all the pieces together that she might have feelings for Todoroki, and Todoroki's not paying Yorosa attention while he's giving all the attention to the ladies who are talking to him. And this does kind of piss off Jiro a bit, but at the same time, she understands. So she's just not gonna not engage Todoroki about it, because it would just cause the situation a lot worse. So she decided to catch up Yaoyorozu to head down to the cafeteria. And meanwhile, we're at the hiding place where Deku and Toga are at. They're just laying down and just chilling, what they usually do, because they don't travel in daytime unless they have to go down to the store to steal something. But they only travel at nighttime. And when they heard the news that the pro heroes are gonna investigate during day and night to hunt down Jeff the Killer, it making their patrol night out and going out in the daytime, it's making them harder for them. So they gotta stay low and keep the low profile even more seriously. And he is just a bit want to make sure that Yorosa didn't told anyone about his identity or anything like that. So far nothing. So Deku could actually sign and relieve about it. He wants to make sure that no one else knows about Jeff the Killer. Is Izuku Midoriya, and he doesn't know that his brother is alive, and and Bakugo doesn't know about what happened to Deku, but Bakugo doesn't care about Deku, honestly. So pretty much these three don't even know what happened to each other, etc. So they want to keep that as a low profile, etc. And Toga is just getting a little bit bored that she wants to go out and killing someone, but Deku tells us that no, we can. These heroes will find us easily. We'll go out and killing. So like I said, we gotta keep it a low profile, Toga. And Toga just get pissed. She's like, fine. And of course, before they're about to do anything, a black warp gate appeared out of nowhere right at front of their front door, and a person comes through out of the gate and shows a guy with all hands around his body, from the face, arms, and shoulders, etc. And also the portal turns into a humanoid body, and his entire body shows similar to the warp gate. And Deku gets up out of his seat and says, "Who in the hell are you? And how did you find my location? Are y'all pros or something?" And this man just cocking and laughing and said, "Oh, we're not pros. We are the villains. I'm Tamura Shigaraki, and this is my friend Kuragiri. We want to come here and visit to ask y'all to join us." And Deku is like, I kill both heroes and villains alike. And Shigaraki was like, "Oh, I know. We want to hire you to join the League of Villains. We will pay you with a great price. We have a mission for you that you might be interested." And this caught both Toga and Deku interest, and Deku is like, "What is the mission?" And Shigaraki just laughs and says, "To kill All Might." And this actually caught Deku by surprise and got him very interested. And he's like, how much are we talking about? And Shigaraki would say, $1 million to help him to kill All Might. And that actually could work, but Deku wants to make it as a double, because if he's gonna join the League of Villains and kill All Might, you better make the price double. And Shigaraki, pissed about it, but Kiriguri tells him, it's just said, you have yourself a deal, Jeff the Killer. And he explains that All Might will be showing up at the USJ, and that's where All Might's gonna be at, and they want to be there by tomorrow. So Deku will not have said that we'll be ready for that day. And Kiriguri will said that they will come by here for a visit to get them both, so they both could come visit to the bar, and with the other alliance that they just gathered, who wants to kill All Might. So yeah, after that, both Shigaraki and Kiriguri just warp gate away and went back to the bar. And at the bar, Shigaraki that wants to backstab Deku by that he wants to kill that brat because he doesn't trust him, because he literally said that he kills both heroes and villains alike, and plus he kills Stain. He already knows that Jeff the Killer has been allied with Stain, and then backstab him. After he helped to kill All Might and get his reward, he will backstab Shigaraki. So he wants to sabotage by backstabbing Jeff before Jeff does the same to Jeff the Killer. So that's what he's going to do, and Kiriguri questioned that decision, but Shigaraki puts Kiriguri in his place. If Jeff the Killer is planning to backstab, they could use the Nomu to deal with Jeff the Killer. If that little girl also get in the way, we gonna kill her and make Jeff the Killer suffer. I'm gonna skip to the next day where President Mike and the Class 1A students are going at the USJ, and the discussion between the student, like they did in the original, goes out the same. Same as Deku in that situation is Lou in that position. In this timeline, like I said, Lou would not get one for all. So yeah, no one is getting one for all, honestly. So, and All Might, of course, when they arrive at USJ, that goes out the same. All Might doesn't show up, just like the original. And until Kiriguri does appear, just like the original, all the villains shows up, and we get a little bit flashback after Shigaraki and Nomu walked in. We get a little bit flashback where Kiriguri appear and tell Deku and Toga if they're ready. So they say yes, and they both getting ready, and they both, getting prepared to tag to the USJ. Well, I would say time. They appeared in the USJ where all the villains, Nomu and Shigaraki, came out. Now we're back at the present time where Toga walks in, and then the last person who appeared is Jeff the Killer. And this actually shocked everyone, like not only the villains are here, but Jeff the Killer as well. And this actually, and Momo is shocked Jeff the Killer is here, and Lou is shocked to see Jeff the Killer, but he knows who he is, and he's shocked to see his own older brother here. And he's shocked and stunned, and Bakugo could see this, and Bakugo's like, Lou, you okay? He's like, he's here. And that was like, who? Like, who? My brother, Jeff the Killer. And they're like, what? Jeff the Killer is your brother? And Bakugo put all the pieces together, like, no. Is that Izuku? and everyone was shocked, like, wait, you know Jeff the Killer? That's not his name. His name is Zuko Midoriya. He's he's the brother of Lou Bakugo, but his real name is Hanzo Midoriya. And everyone was shocked, like, wait, Jeff the Killer has a brother? And then they're like, wait a minute, that means that they put all the pieces together, that Hanzo was the one who killed that nurse at the hospital. Yeah, that's been over the news. And yeah, things are gonna get insane. And of course, Jeff looks out to see the students, and he sees both Momo, Bakugo, and of course, his brother. And this actually enraged to see both Bakugo and his brother. And not only that, he sees Yaoyorozu. He's not going to kill Yaoyorozu because she kept her word and promise, so he's not going to kill her. But seeing Bakugo and Jeff and his brother, oh yeah, he's going to kill Bakugo no matter what. But he is shocked. Not only he's pissed to see his brother, but yet shocked and surprised that his brother is alive. Like, that he's gonna kill his brother. This time he's gonna make sure his brother's dead. But he wants to save his brother for last. He wants to kill Bakugo, the one who turned him into this. He didn't tell Yaoyorozu about how Deku became Jeff the Killer. So, yeah, that's one thing he didn't tell her. And thing goes out the same just like the original. And Bakugo and Kirishima try to attack Kiriguri just like the original. So everyone gets separated. Lou is now with Asui and Mineta. That goes out. That things goes a little bit different. Bakugo and Kirishima does end up the same position, and not only that, Deku decided to, well, him and Toga as Kiriguri to send them to where he sent both Bakugo and Kirishima because Deku wants to deal with Bakugo, and Toga would deal with Kirishima on the other hand. So Kiriguri teleport right back and teleport both Bakugo, Deku and Toga where he sent Bakugo and Kirishima. So Kirishima and Bakugo dealt with the villains, and also the plan between Asui and Mineta goes out the same. But the thing is, since Hanzo's quirk is actually burned, yeah, this is where his psychoness, hits in. Yeah, he decided to use it to kill the villains. After he snapped out of it, both Hanzo, Asui, and Mineta, gets out of it because the water is freaking hot. So Asui used her frog ability to jump over to the water because it is hot. So when President Mike dealing with the villains, and yeah, he is outclassed against the Nomu. So yeah, he gets destroyed how Aizawa did in the original. He gets way worse punishment, honestly. And of course, Shigaraki does do his thing like the original, and send Asui, Mineta, and Hanzo ride with the other. Ida does escape just like the original. Nothing has changed. And Hero 13, instead of just being injured, yeah, she gets killed. Yeah, 13 dies. And not only that, President Mike gets killed by the Nomu. Yeah, President Mike is now dead. The teachers are 13 is dead. President Mike is dead. So the only left who survive is the students. And they're both shock and horror. They just witnessing death right in front of them. not just by Jeff the Killer, by the League of Villains. Meanwhile, with Kirishima and Bakugo, when they dealt with the villains, before they're about to head out and leave, they hear someone singing, a young man singing, "Go to sleep, go to sleep, oh Kachan, it's time to go to sleep, the path has come to haunt you." And Kirishima and Bakugo have a shiver of fear by hearing that song. When the person arrived, Jeff the Killer is the first one who walked in the room, and he gave the smug, evilistic look, and he says, "Long time no see, Katsuki Bakugo. It's time to make you pay for the sin that you made me this way. Toga, my love, deal with that red-haired boy and leave Bakugo to me." And Toga said, "Of course, my love." So the fight breaks loose between Kirishima and Toga, and Bakugo and Deku are just standing there face to face, and Bakugo couldn't get the word out of his mouth, and Deku's like, "What's wrong? Can't cut your tongue? See someone back alive?" And Bakugo was like, "Is it Deku? How are you still alive?" "Why are you even asking that question? The real question is, how in the hell my brother is still alive?" Like, he's not your brother no more. He's my brother. He doesn't go by the name Hanzo Midoriya. He's Lou Bakugo now. And Deku's like, "Oh, so he changed his name? So let me guess, you two started getting along? Where was this when we were growing up? Ever since I was quirkless, you started to bully me. Made me do a dare by cutting to split open my mouth. Where was this? Where was the treatment that you gave my brother? I cannot believe this. You know I can't let you stay alive. You know something, Bakugo? You know those 3 geezers that you used to hang out with before we were kids? I came across them, and I killed them with no hesitation. Not only I killed them, I killed their parents." And Bakugo is enraged by this, so he started to attack Deku, but Deku moves and grabs his arm, using the same move how Deku did in the original show, and he does like the original, and does in the original. Bakugo is shot at, like, in his mind. It's like, how can he fight like this? He's quirkless. He should not be fighting like this. He's weak, pathetic. No more less. I'm gonna enjoy ripping him to pieces. He's a villain, and the villain needs to be put down and done. Before he's about to say anything, Jeff the Killer already stabs Bakugo right to the throat without giving Bakugo a chance to fight back. The blade went through the Bakugo's throat, through the back of his neck. Bakugo coughs out in blood, feeling his heart pounding, and Deku removed the blade out of his throat, and Bakugo said in his mind, it's like, "So this is how I die? This is bullshit. I felt cold." And Bakugo just straight up died instantly. And then Kirishima sees Bakugo dead on the ground. He screams out in rage. He's called out, "Bakugo!" And Kirishima used his hardest punch Toga right in the face so hard, it literally almost knocked out Toga. He rushed into Bakugo, punched Deku in the face hard as he can, blow up the blow here and there. And Bakugo was not expecting this powerful blow. But Kirishima is in rage of vengeance, anger, hatred, all the above. Tears coming down his eyes to seek revenge for his fallen friend. No, not his fallen friend, his brother. The person that he considered as a brother. Before he about to say anything, he gets stabbed right in the chest to the heart. And all the punch and the blow that Kirishima gave Deku did not face him at all. He takes all the blow because, yeah, there's some marks here and there, but he could take the pain. He could take the punishment that he could take. And Deku was just could have him by laugh and say, "Oh, is he your boyfriend? No matter. You will join him in the afterlife." He grabbed the blade underneath the hilt. He slided up from the chest to the neck of his throat, and he removed the blade. The blood spilled all over the ground from the chest and the throat, and Kirishima falls on the ground lifeless, dead. And Toga actually got up, and Deku walks to her, and he says, "Oh, you're alright, Toga?" And Toga's like, "I'm fine, my love." And Toga sees all the blood everywhere, and she's like, "Are these blood all for me? Did you do this all for me, my love?" And Deku is like, "Of course I did. You're the only person I care in this world. I will do anything to fight for you and protect you, no matter what." And Toga just reached into Deku's face and kissed him. And Deku didn't even decide to fight back, or decided not to push her away. He decided to kiss her right back. And after they got done kissing, they hear a loud boom coming from outside, and they hear someone yelling, "Fear not, because I am here." And they both stop kissing, and they both look out the window and see All Might appeared. And All Might is enraged. And Toga's like, "So, the #1 hero is here. Shall we, my love?" And Deku says, "Which pleasure." So, they both rush out of the building to meet Shigaraki and the Nomu so they can help to deal with All Might. And the fight between All Might and Nomu goes out the same, just like the original. Since Kirishima and Bakugo are dead, now it's just Todoroki who saved All Might, and then All Might tells tell Todoroki to go back with the other. They might need you for your protection. So yeah, that goes out the same. And of course, what happened between Jiro, Kaminari, and Momo goes out the same, just like the original. Nothing has changed. So yeah. And not only that, with both Deku, where All Might is about to be weakened and all, and while where All Might was out of paying attention after All Might actually took out the Nomu, just like the original, All Might is running out of the time of his power, so all he had to do distract Shigaraki for a little bit longer until until the other pro heroes show up. So yeah, that goes out the same until before he about to say anything, someone came from behind and stabbed All Might in the back, right back of his chest, and he's got cuffed out in blood, and he turned his head back and see Jeff the Killer stabbing him. Now, it's not just him either. Toga actually decided to stab All Might in the back as well, as Shigaraki rushed in to decay All Might right in the face. So while his hand touched All Might's face, All Might's body started to decay, and both Toga and Deku removed their blade out of All Might's back, and All Might's body has turned into decay, and All Might is now dead. And everyone are shocking infuriating that All Might is dead. The #1 hero is dead, and they don't know what to. They literally are going to die. This is their end. The pros are not here on time. That what they're gonna do? And Shigaraki just can't help but laugh that they actually did it. They actually killed All Might. Finally, they actually did it. After Deku says, "We did it as you wish. So where's our payment?" And Shigaraki started laughing. He said, "Oh yeah, about that." And Shigaraki was about to attack Deku because Deku knew that Shigaraki was playing the backstab. He's not that stupid. He's just playing around. How should I say? Just roll with it. There you go. I just can't get the word out of my mouth. And after Shigaraki was about to kill him, a gun bang and the bullet just grazed Jeff the Killer's left side of his cheek. After the bullet grazed Jeff the Killer's face, a little bit of blood spewed on the ground, and he's like, "What the hell?" And the bullet just gave Deku a graze. It actually hit Shigaraki in the head, killing Shigaraki instantly. So Shigaraki is immediately dead, and Kiriguri sees the pro heroes here, so he teleported both Toga and Deku out of the way, so they both escaped. So that goes out the same. And the aftermath in the USJ, they just announced that President 13 and All Might are dead, and the villain, they got all the villains that are arrested, and also they caught the Nomu. They just announced that one of the person who lead this villain is Tomura Shigaraki. That stated that Tomura Shigaraki is the grandson of All Might's master, Nana Shigaraki. So yeah, and also one of All Might's closest friend, I forgot his name. He's like the police. He sees a blood that Jeff the Killer was sitting right next to, so he decided to use the napkin to clean the blood, so they could find out who is Jeff the Killer by using his blood by blood test. So at the bar where Kiriguri, Toga, and Jeff the Killer are at, and the dog and All For One are announced about where is Tomura Shigaraki, and Kiriguri just announced that Shigaraki is dead, and they're both shocked and furious about what about the Nomu. Nomu was also defeated, and they also were shocked at how is this possible, but Tomura Kiriguri actually announced that before Shigaraki died, both Jeff and Toga and Shigaraki actually managed to kill All Might. And so not only their plan had failed and succeed, not only that the Nomu failed, they actually managed to succeed the mission. And All For One actually announced that just want to make an announcement, the deal is a deal for Jeff the Killer and Toga to help them out. Without them, the mission would have been failed. So as their promise and their reward, they do get paid of 2 million credits, or zenny, or money. So before that, All For One has a gift for Deku, because he want to see them personally. So yeah, so Kiriguri decided to teleport both Deku and Toga to All For One's hideout, and Toga and Deku meet All For One in person, and All For One said, "We finally actually decided to meet face to face, or Jeff the Killer, or should I say Izuku Midoriya." And this actually shot Deku's like, how in the hell you know my name? I said, I knew who you were right off the bat where Jeff the Killer became popular. One of my goons actually investigate and figured out that you were the one who lived that building that has been burnt down all those about what, a year or two ago, and your mother was Inko and your father was Hanzo Midoriya. Am I not correct? And Deku's like, yeah. Oh, yeah. And he said, correct me if I'm wrong, that you're quirkless, am I right? Yeah, how did you might recognize him, Doctor. And the Doctor appeared right next to, come out of the shadow and appeared standing right next to All For One. And Deku is shocked to see the same Doctor that's saying that he is quirkless. And so, and also they explain why he is quirkless, because the doc took your quirk to give it to him. And this actually infuriated Deku that his quirk was stealing, and he wants to know what is his quirk. And they told him that your quirk was supposed to be one of your fathers or your mother or both, but sadly it's neither of them. Your quirk is well, let's just say healing factor, or I forget what they called in My Hero Academia, regeneration quirk or healing factor quirk. So I'm just gonna call it healing factor. And so when they told him that your quirk is healing factor, and if you miss the fight between All Might and the Nomu, we gave the Nomu the ability to regenerate every single limbs that has been destroyed. So pretty much you have healing factors. Whatever limbs that you lose, you regenerate of your wounds. Like, for example, you lose an arm, your arm regenerates with easy, without wasting time. It just regenerates just right there and then. Since you actually achieve mission, I will give back your quirk as a reward. So All For One used that black tentacle or spiky thing that he used. He used it and stabbed Deku, and Toga is shy and scared, and she's worried for him. She said, "Let him go at once." And Deku's like, "No, Toga, fine. I can feel it. My quirk." And after the quirk has been part of Deku, All Might remove his quirk that he used on Deku, and he looks down on his chest by removing his jacket and his shirt. He sees the holes that All For One stabbed. The holes that he had are just regenerated, and now not only that, the scar that he had, the grace that he had, is also regenerates. He feel like, amazing. With this quirk, I cannot die. Incredible. I don't know what else to say. And also with and before All For One is about to say anything, he throw his knife and kill All For One right to the head without a second thought. This shocked both Kirigiri and the Doctor. Without wasting time, he goes straight to the Doctor and snap his neck for stealing his quirk. And Kirigiri was about to teleport, but Toga stops him by attack the weak spot. And after that, Toga actually kills Kirigiri with the knife and kill Kirigiri right there and then. So now the League of Villains are dead, and All For One is dead. Yeah, there's no bigger threat anymore. So yeah, the League of Villains have been wiped out, but there's some thieves and criminals out there, so no biggie. So yeah, back to UA College and the pro meeting office when they speak to the officer who actually investigate they're doing the blood test of Jeff the Killer's blood. Again, I forget his name. He is that detective. So if you guys, I don't remember his name. I know who he is. If you guys know, leave in the comment section, please. And he tell him that he did some run tests of the blood that he just got, and he actually finds out the identity of Jeff the Killer, that Jeff the Killer's real name is Izuku Midoriya, and his parents were Inko and Hasashi Midoriya, and he does have a little brother, the one who been stabbed 78 times and actually survived of that many injury, and his name is Hanzo Midoriya, for aka known as, who's been changing his name to Liu Bakugo, and also the one who accidentally murdered one of the doctor because of his splitting personality after being stabbed several times. And Nezu asks about what kind of personality, and he explains that he has half. His personality has been split in half. One is his normal self, and the other half is, well, insaneness, aka psychoness, or blood rampage. So yeah, and his quirk, for his brother's quirk, is obviously he got it from his father, which is fire breathing, where his older brother is quirkless. So that's pretty much who it is after we decide the test of Jeff the Killer. What shall we do? Should we let the world know about the identity? And they think they should, because to reveal the identity of Jeff the Killer and reveal about his past. So yeah, and so they actually agree because everyone needs to know. But before the investigator about to leave, he asked, "What about the brother of Jeff the Killer? What happened to him?" And Nezu just already had a word with him, saying that since he is the brother of Jeff the Killer and hid his identity and accidentally murdered the nurse of his split personality, they have no choice to, well, kick him out of the UA college, so he cannot be a pro hero after what he did. Even though it was an accident, they have no choice to kick him out. He's not expelled, they just have to let him go and not be part of the UA college anymore. So in the class 1A, Hanzo tells everyone that he's not coming back to UA college, coming back here anymore, because after his identity has been finally came out of hiding, and Nezu told him that he cannot be here no more, he cannot be the pro hero after what he has done, so he has to leave. And a lot of people want Hanzo to stay. They want to help to make Nezu to come to his senses and make him stay, but Hanzo says, "No, I can't. If I stay here, I might accidentally kill y'all. I don't want that on my conscience. We lost 13. We lost Prison Mike. We lost All Might. We lost Kirishima. We lost my best friend, my brother, Bakugo. I don't want anyone else that I know and care about die. I don't want no one else to get killed." And he looks at Asui, because she started to tear up, because him and Asui started having like feeling for each other, and Hanzo goes to her and, "Asui, I'm sorry. I didn't want this to be this way. I want us to be a pro hero together, me and you. But since you find out who I am, I have to go for your safety and your protection. I hope you can understand. And no matter what, I will always love you. Even though we never got the chance to go on the date, even though we never got the chance to tell how we really feel, but I always love you." And everyone was shocked and stunned, and someone was saying, "Aww." And Asui said that she loves him too, but before he's about to leave, Asui came to Hanzo and kissed him, for saying goodbye, since they're not going to see each other in person in school anymore. So hopefully they still could see each other, but not in UA. So yeah, but they're probably not gonna see him again because he wants to make sure to everyone to be safety, since he can't go back to his actual home, which is Bakugo's home. He can't go back there, so he has to find a place to call home. So yeah, now he's back to square one, being homeless again. So he has nowhere else to go. So this is going to be the last time they actually see each other again, and they both just heartbreaking and tear that they're not going to see him again, and they completely understand why. And not only that, the school, that means all the events from the original has been completely changed. That means there's no sport festival, there's no training camp. If they're gonna do their final exam, they're gonna do it way earlier. That means the internship, the pro hero studying, that's also been cancelled. Yeah, all of that's been cancelled. That means they are gonna do their final exam, but they're not gonna do all the other things that I just mentioned. And who's gonna be the teacher to replace President Mike? I will say Cementos. That will be their new and final teacher, because they literally they just lost 4 teachers: Aizawa, Midnight, Mike, and All Might. So yeah, and then is back at Deku and Toga's hiding spot. They finally came back and feel like home again, and they started turning the TV on and hear the news situation and about the USJ incident, until they both hear about Jeff the Killer. They were like, okay. And on that, not only that, we actually discover when they hear the news, that the news say, we actually finally found out the identity of Jeff the Killer. And Deku was like, what? How? And they actually announced that Jeff the Killer's real name is Izuku Midoriya. His parents was Inko and Hasashi Midoriya. The one explained about his past, about Hasashi was killed ever since Deku was a kid, and Deku was the one who caused the incident of the apartment was burning and killing his mother, and also find out that he's the one who caused the kill of Midnight, Aizawa, Miss Joke, Ryuku, and Mountain Lady, and all that. The one who's trying to kill his brother, Hanzo Midoriya, been killed by 78 times. And not only that, he revealed that he is, well, they didn't say that he is Quirker, so they kept that as a secret. So they don't want to reveal that does he have quirk or not. So they decided not to reveal that he is quirkless. They want to keep that a secret. That's the one thing they never announced. No, I take that back. They did announce that Deku is quirkless, and the one who killed the students of the UA, which is Eijiro Kirishima and Katsuki Bakugo. And also, they actually revealed the truth that Hanzo Midoriya actually changed his name to Lu Bakugo to hide his identity for the accidental murder of killing the nurse at the hospital after he was recovered of the injuries. And this infuriated Deku. He throws his knife at the TV, destroying it, and he's enraged. He's pissed that he trusted Yaoyorozu. He trusted her not to reveal this secret about his past. And so pretty much all of his past about what he's going through, all the rape, etc. Yeah, all that has been on air. And he is infuriated. He trusted Yaoyorozu. He gave her one simple fucking job to not reveal his past. And he is infuriated. And Toga was like, my love, you gonna be okay? And Deku's like, no, I will not be okay. I trusted her. Tonight, I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill that bitch once and for all. I should have killed her when I had a chance, but I was too weak and pathetic. And Toga said, like, may I join in with you, my love? And Deku, it says, no. I must do this alone. It's nighttime where we're at Yaruro's apartment. After she heard the news about everyone actually know the identity of Jeff the Killer, Momo is freaking out in fear. She's pacing back and forth in her room because now she's aware that Deku is coming after her because she thinks that she told everything about him, but she didn't. But she knows that she wouldn't. She kept her mouth shut. Everything, but Deku's point of view, he thinks that Momo revealed all the secrets to Deku around the world about, his identity and his past. So yeah, she's unaware that Deku's coming after her, and she did inform her father about this, that he's coming this way, because he thinks that she reveals his past and his identity to the pros, which she didn't, and her father did, got mad at her for that, since now she just put her life at risk. Not only that, she put her father in risk. And so yeah, so they try their best to barricade a building, the house, etc. So he would try to break in and shit, but that thing goes out bad where they smell something burning, and they smell smoke, but there's some fire going on, and yeah, that means Deku's already here and starting burning the building. So everything happened so fast recently. I'm not going to go into the full detail or slow pace. I'm just going to say everything just happened so fast. Before anything happened between Momo and her father, Momo gets knocked out conscious from the back, and Momo's father is freaking out, and there was a fight between Deku and Momo's father, and of course they didn't go well for Momo's father, so Momo's father gets killed, and while Yarurosa is not that cold, he decided to, tie her up so she won't be able to use her quirk, because he has seen Yarurosa in action once before at the USJ, so he could tell that her quirk is, create any object that she created, so he's going to make sure that he ties every single thing around her so she won't be able to use her quirk at all. And while after that, Yarurosa wake up and she realizes that she's in the chair all tied up and her building was on fire, and she sees a dead corpse of her father laying there, and she tries to mumble the words like, Dad, get up, Dad, please don't leave me too. Tears coming out her eyes with sadness that she's going through the same situation of what she lost her mother, now she just lost her father, and she hears a voice speaking to her from behind, and he says, Momo, your father was a bad man. For his crimes, he has been punished. And not only that, you broke my trust. I trust you to keep this secret about my past. Because of you, everyone knows the truth. And for that, you must be punished as well. He stops several feet before her. The smoke is getting thicker. She can't see his face, but she doesn't need to see because she's already know who he is. So he continued, most of the children pay for the sins of their fathers or their mothers. Plus you die in the cleansed ones of selfish men's action. He revealed his face to her, and he sees the tears of fear coming down from her eyes. She sees the eye of rage, and the other eye a white milky bowl of dead unpathly. A scar runs across his face, having healed without preparing any medical kit and any medical care. It has left the toll of a pyramid of a demonic figure, a disfigurement. I meant to say that. And the reason why I describe that, because, well, the fire does kind of melt the face a little, but keep this in mind. If you watch the last part, he has a, well, super regeneration, a super regeneration. Now I remember the name, what his quirk was. It's kind of like some of the Healy factor, but it's super regeneration. So he continued on of his speech. He says, "Momo, I had to pay for the sins of my parents. What you see here, what do you see standing before you, is nothing more than a final product to be hateful, arrogant. I was a Zuko Midoriya once. I once had family and friends. I had hope to be a pro hero until the doc told me that I was quirkless. After that, I was a broken dead from the inside and outside of myself. My dream to be a pro is gone. Dead! Why did I kill Bakugo, you may ask? It's because of this mouth." He points his mouth off while he was saying it, pretty much where you can see the thumbnail with the angry, pissed off look. And he continued on. He said, "He made me do it. He made me do a dare trying to cut my mouth wide open. So I did it. So I did without a second thought. It's all because of him. I became this. All I am as a shell filled with hate and rage. Maybe, just maybe, Momo, if I cleanse you all then and only then, you know I myself be preventative," or something like that. I forgot what I was saying. Provided, I think that's what I meant, or something like that. Whatever. And he continued on, and Momo is trying to fight it, and she's trying to fight it off, and she's trying to use a quirk, but she couldn't. She's literally all tied up, and she doesn't know what to do. And hearing all this a little bit, hearing all what Deku said, that he is quirkless, and hearing why he killed Bakugo, the way, how he really feels that it's finally coming out, now she's just broke the one thing that she risked her own life. So he continued on saying, "Don't fight it, Momo. I tried to fight it. I tried to live it with life through it. Trust me, poison runs this deep, cannot be survived. Now, Momo, it's time to go to sleep." And before he about to, get ready to stab Momo, some of the rubble is about to fall down from above and actually separate both Deku and Momo. And he realized that this place is about to come down. So he says, "You know what? Instead of just me killing you, I'm just gonna make you burn to death. Or, better yet, since Bakugo made me the way I am, I'm gonna give you the same punishment by making you turn into me." So he grabbed the gasoline that he carried with him, pouring on Yaoyorozu around her while she was still all tied up. And after that, Deku just, storms out of the window and, doesn't bother to go out the door. He decided to bust through the window and jump out while Yaoyorozu is standing there screaming for help. And of course the building does fall on her, and spoiler, she does survive. So just want to clear it out of the way. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And of course, a lot of fire trucks, the police and the nurses, etc., do come and take out the fire, try to investigate, and they found Momo is alive or tied up and stuff, and she's unconscious, and she's badly bruised and burned, so they had to take her to the hospital to get her recovered, etc. And we're gonna skip to the next day where all the Class 1A hear the news that Yaoyorozu was attacked, by, well, Jeff the Killer, and everyone was shocked and stunned. They were hoping that if she was okay, and this actually got Todoroki's attention that he was a bit worried of Momo, and he wants to go check on her, but Jiro stopped him by saying, "Oh, so you finally decided to show care, eh, Todoroki? Where was this all of a sudden? Huh? You always focus on the lady, but you never pay attention on Yamarozu. She's trying to get your attention, and you straight up ignore it. So don't even bother come visit the hospital, you dumb motherfucker." And this shocks everyone, and Todoroki is off guard that he had no idea that Yamarozu was trying to get him attention, and he didn't know. And he was about to say something, but Yamarozu gave him, talk to the hand thing, and the class ended. So everyone was planning to go visit to Yamarozu, but before that, we're gonna do a little bit of flashback here, because this is like before everyone heard the news and before everyone was about to go visit Momo. She's at the hospital. She's been fully recovered, but the thing is, her face is all bandaged and stuff. And let's just say it's been a few weeks or a few months, so we're gonna time skip on that. So I forgot to mention that. That was my fault. And the nurse decided to, give her the good news that her face has been fully recovered, but there is a big problem. So when the nurse removed the bandages and gave her the mirror, she still had the same face, but she lost her eyebrow and also her hair. She is completely bald, like 100% bald, and she is devastated, heartbreaking, tears coming down her eye now. She's look ugly and this not even like an actual girl anymore, and she felt heartbreaking, and she doesn't see any of her friends look at her like this. So she decided to create a wig and also a mask, pretty much like a wig and a mask attached together, kinda. What kind of hairstyle? Well, just similar long hair, like similar hairstyle to Jane the Killer from the images that you can see on Google. And the mask, I've been thinking about this recently. Her mask, it will be similar to Toga, but a bit than Jane's mask. So yeah, she decided to hide her actual face and her head so no one will know what she looks like and all. But right after the nurse actually does feel bad, she does give her some time alone. And of course, she's been staying like that like a few hours, so we're gonna be back in the present time where she's still there, sitting there, not even moving in, she just hiding her face. And in her mind, she just felt enraged, and she's wanted to get payback. She wants revenge on Deku for this. First, now she's afraid if anyone see her look like this, she feels that she's gonna make fun of her friends, that people that she cared is gonna make fun of her. She's afraid, she thinks that Todoroki is gonna make fun of her of her new look. So while she was in her mind, everyone in class 1A, minus Todoroki, they all came in. They actually checked Momo, but when they enter, they see her wearing a mask, and Jiro as a Yamarozu. You okay? What's up with that mask? And Momo was like, "Hey guys, I'm not in the mood to have visitors right now. I just need some time alone. I'm sorry that sounds rude, but I just not in the mood right now. Is Todoroki's with you or with y'all?" And Jiro explained that he was planning to come and visit you, but Jiro, tell him to fuck off because she told him to oh, fuck off because you decided to finally actually got her attention about that she's in a hospital. That got you attention, and this does kind of heartbreaks Momo, and yet pissed that Todoroki finally got her attention that she's in a hospital, and now she's heartbroken because she can't let Todoroki see what she really looks like behind the mask now. So after that, they both felt bad for her, but at the same time, they understand that she needs some time alone because she did lost her home and she did lost her father, so it makes a lot more sense that they should give her time alone. While I'm gonna time skip to the night where Yaro is still standing there and she can't take this anymore, she decided to leave the hospital way earlier while no one even noticed that she was gone, because some people are at home, some people are doing night shift, and some security guards are asleep because they're not aware of this. So yeah, so pretty much, yeah, Yara Rosa is completely gone, and she does have, well, pretty much a weapon, honestly. Well, she does have a core, so pretty much she can make any weapon that she wanted. And while she walked out of the hospital, she summoned a similar knife that Jet the Killer had. She said, "Oh, I'll make sure I will kill a bunch of people before Deku does. So, since he always say go to sleep, I'm gonna say, don't go to sleep. You will never wake up. Momo Yarozu is dead. Now here comes Jane the Killer." And she's just, calculating and laugh in a psychoness way, but not much psycho than Toga's laugh, honestly. So yeah, she is gonna, kill some people before Deku, hunts more victims, you know what I mean? So we're gonna go straight to where Deku arrived back to his hideout with Toga, and his injury that he had are fully healed up, except the hair, because that takes time to grow back. So pretty much he has like half hair, long hair on his right side, but the other side is completely bald. So yeah, when Toga sees Deku, and Toga's like, "Oh, you're back, my love. Oh, you got a haircut. I like it. Like the new look. So, is that little Yarozu dead?" And Deku was like, "No, didn't get a chance because the building was about to collapse, so I decided to let the building, kill her." So, Toga's like, "It would be a lot more fun if I was there." And Deku just walked to her and they kiss her, and Deku's like, "Oh, you get your chance, my love. You'll get your chance. But right now, I'm not in the mood." And Toga was like, "I can help you with that, my love. After all, we never have our time alone together." And Deku just like, "Oh, really? Have you been a bad girl?" And Toga like, hold on. Sorry about everyone. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that's right. Deku says like, "Have you been a very bad and naughty little girl? Or you been a good girl?" And Toga's like, "I never been a good girl, Daddy." And Deku replied, "Do you need to be punished, Himiko?" And Toga's like, "Oh, I want your punishment. Please, Daddy." And Deku's like, "You're gonna get it. Babe, whatever you want, you're gonna get it." And this is where we get to 18 plus, so if you guys can handle it, get the fuck out of here. And this is gonna be enjoying. I'm gonna love this. And without wasting time, both Deku and Toga are making out, and they both remove their clothes while they were making out. Deku just have his jeans on, and the one thing he only has off is his jacket and his t-shirt. Toga just removed all of her clothes, showing nothing more than just her breasts and her panties. She jumps on Deku, have her legs around his hip, and have her arm around behind his neck, and still making out Deku. While she's making out with Deku, Deku is trying to remove the bra, and while Toga, when they both break the kiss, both Deku and Toga are kissing to the neck, give each other the hickey, then just, giving each other hickey, kinda. When they still doing kissing the neck has started bleeding a bit, but they both enjoyed every single inch of it. Yeah, this is gonna get freaky shit. And while things got a little bit freaky between them. Both of them fall to the couch and start getting down to business, where Toga goes down and starts sucking his dick, giving him a blowjob, a hand job, etc. And Deku just gets down on Toga, and, bang her, eating her pussy, etc. You pretty much fucking name it, man. Hell, they start doing 69 and shit, no holding back, and Toga and Deku, they just going rough and rough and rough. And they just enjoy every single inch of it. They've been going so many rounds non-stop because they both need it. After what they've been going through, they never had no time themselves, and all the good time they've been spending time together. But they haven't after, well, the USJ and also the news about Deku's identity, etc. Yeah, Deku needs this because even though he's been raped in his life, but he never got the chance to take control during sex. So yeah, Deku is enjoying every single inch of it. And we hear about Toga saying that she said, I want more, harder. And Deku said, like, you want it, beg for it. And Toga begs for it even louder and louder. And while Deku gives her even more rough, and when Toga takes control, Deku scratch at Toga's back, and she loves it. And she actually does the same thing to Deku on his, scratching Deku's in his chest. He is actually enjoying it as well. Yeah, there's some blood mark from Toga's back and blood mark on Deku's chest because all the scratching and shit. Yeah. And what else I want to mention? And of course the ending where Deku's about to come and Toga said, yes, give it to me. I want your babies. And Deku just come inside of her, and after that, Toga and Deku were exhausted and sweating, so they both passed out, sleeping on the couch, while smiling. And in their mind, they say, that was totally worth it. And they both just knocked out conscious. The next day in UA College, where everyone, what they usually do, staying out of trouble, doing study, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna get into that damn detail. And class 1A, Asui as talking to Oraka, wonder about how Yaoyorozu does show up in class because she hasn't showed up in homeroom and first period. So, and until they hear the alarm goes out, they were like, what the hell is going on? And everyone just screams out, screaming for help. He's here. And they was like, who's here? Jeff the Killer. And they're like, the fuck? How did he? And, well, it is not Jeff the Killer. A lot of people think it is, but it's not. So people think it's female Jeff the Killer or something like that. That's why they calling her, instead of just call her, new name, they just call her, like, female Jeff, actually. And we see Yaoyorozu, known as Jane the Killer, is going on fucking rampage on every single students and teachers. She killed, like, literally some of the students. She killed some of the students. She killed Principal Nezu, Blair King, Snipe, other teachers, you name it. And of course, Cementos. He killing some of the class 1B. He kills Shinzo. He kills Tetetsu, Kendo, Sasuna, Monoma, without a second thought, without a hesitation, only with using a freaking kitchen knife to kill these bastards. And she killed the entire students in the UA around the school, and even the teachers. The only left remains is the class 1A. When the door is open, the class 1A student ready to prepare for a fight. When that person opened the door, they see that this is not Jeff. That's Yaoyorozu when they saw Yaoyorozu covered in blood, they were all shocked and stunned, and they were like, yeah, I think it was Asui said like, Yaoyorozu, is that that can't be, and Yaoyorozu just rushed into Asui and slit her throat and stabbing the blade to the eye socket, killing Asui instantly. And everyone was better to attack, but Momo is just killing them without giving them a chance to fight. She killed Uraraka by decapitating Uraraka, slicing, gutting Kirishima, Sero, who else? Pretty much some of them are being decapitated, cut in half, losing arm and limbs, getting guts. The only two people who escaped was Toro, the invisible girl, and Mina, because, yeah, they got escaped. And the reason why I let Toro escape, because one, her invisible actually saved her ass, so that makes sense. Why I spared Mina? Well, I kept my word, and I kept my promise. I'm not killing off Mina. When it comes to death scene, I'm not killing off Mina. I made my word, I kept my promise, so hello, I always kept my word and my promise, okay? So, we're cool. So yeah, they both escaped. They were the only two students who fucking survived, and Jiro and Todoroki was the last remaining, but Toga is trying to fight Yaoyorozu, but she gets killed after she rips all the earphone jack out of her ear. Now Yaoyorozu has no ear, and Yaoyorozu grabbed and pulled Jiro's head and stabs Jiro in the back and pulled the blade right up to her spine, comes right the back of her neck to the back of her throat, killing her instantly. And the last person remaining was Todoroki. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't want to fight or kill Yaoyorozu, but at the same time, he doesn't know what to do. And, well, actually, yeah. Okay, yeah, I was right. Pfft, never mind. And Todoroki doesn't know what to do. And Todoroki asks, Yaoyorozu, why are you doing this? And Yaoyorozu removed her mask wood and revealed her actual face. And this shocks Todoroki, and also Momo says that if I came back looking like this, y'all guys would make fun of me, and none of y'all even care about me. And you, on the other hand, the reason why I spare you because you give all these damn whores out there attention, but you never gave me attention, no love, no appreciation. And when you hear that I'm in the hospital, you actually got attention. That caught your attention. That pissing me off, Todoroki. If I can't have you, no one can. So, not Toga. I don't want to keep saying Toga. Yaoyorozu pulled Todoroki's head, and Todoroki's not gonna fight back. And Yaoyorozu decided to summon a machete. Pulls out a machete from using her quirk. She decapitated Todoroki's head, and after she decapitated Todoroki's head, she started to have sex with the dead corpse of Todoroki. And we hear Momo is moaning louder that she wants to enjoy it. Even though that she killed him, she wants to enjoy every single minute of it. She rides on the dead corpse. She gave the corpse a hand job and a blow job, etc. Yeah. She gives it, yeah. And after that, she takes the head of Todoroki, holds it like how Akia is holding Miki's hand, like Devil May Cry Baby. Yeah, that's what Momo is doing. After she left the building, we see all the dead corpse around the building, inside the building, from the hallway, the classroom, the cafeteria, the gym, everywhere. That means that the school, inside the school, is completely bloodbath. literally. And meanwhile, we at the city, and I forget the name of the city that My Hero Academia is at. We see Hanzo wearing a black hoodie jacket, trying to hide himself. You know, since he has nowhere to go, he needs to find a place so he can hide. Until he came across a store where they're full of TVs, and they hear the news that there was an attack happening in the UA, and they just announced that all the pro teachers, the principal, are being killed. It's not just them. The same goes to all the students in the UA. And on that, they just announced that the two students who survived, and two students that survived, there are, shocked shitless. They're trying to get some words out of these two students who survived. They're the only two who survived, but they couldn't get anything out of them because they are lost for words. They're in, state of shock because they don't know what else to do. And because of that, they both lost their voice box for a while. Not permanently, just for a while, like a few months or so. So they lost able to speak, and they're fully paralyzed. And when Hanzo hear this, he is shocked and heartbreaking when he sees all the names of Class 1A has been announced. The last thing that he is shocked to hear that Tsuyu Asui was killed by being slit in the throat and being stabbed in the eye socket. And this is heartbreaking Hanzo. And not only that, he's in rage. He's pissed. Now his personality is back together as one, and now he has his physical human self, but he still had that, bloodlust vengeance that he has still. And now hearing that, everything he has been through, everything he has lost, is all because Jeff the Killer, his own brother. First his father, then his home, his mother, his new home, and lost the person that he considered as a best friend as a brother, which is Bakugo. Not only that, he just lost his best friend, which is Kirishima. He lost his teachers. He lost all of his classmates. And not only that, he lost the one girl that he actually cared and loved in this world, just died by his own brother. He wants revenge. If anyone get in his way to get his revenge on his older brother, he will kill them without a second thought. He doesn't care if they were heroes or villains or civilians. He does not give a shit. This is where he comes up, gave him a new name. Now, at this point, he is no longer as Hanzo Midoriya. He's no longer as Lou Bakugo. He is known as, I forget the name, homicided Lou. Yeah, that means he is out for blood. And you think Momo's rampage is over? Oh, no. We go back to her point of view where she decided to go to Todoroki's house and kill the entire Todoroki family. Well, minus Dabi and Rei. So, yeah, she killed Funami, Natsu, and Endeavor. Yeah, Endeavor does die. And in the most gruesome way, Endeavor died by being sliced in half, like almost sliced like at almost half of the eggs. Yeah, well actually, no, let me take that back. Momo sliced Endeavor several 4 pieces into her eggs. Momo killed Natsu by, slicing him several into pieces. And Momo just got done raping Funami, and after that she kills her by, opening Funami's chest, pulls out her heart, squeezed it, and the blood of the heart of Funami came down on Yaoyorozu's mask. And some of the blood went through the hole of, the eyes and the mouth. Yeah, that what happened. And after that, she burns the house of the Todoroki family, and it's also been on the news that the Todoroki family and the number 2, who actually now the number 1, is now dead. That means in this timeline, Hawks is now the number 1 hero in this timeline after the incident, like a day later or something, but we're not going to get to that. But we're still in the present timeline, and when Rei heard this news, she started to have a panic attack and also heart attack disease. Well, kinda, not a disease, it's just heart attack. She immediately died with a heart attack or heartbreaking of the loss of her, not just because of her home, she doesn't care about Endeavor, but the loss of her 3 children. So she died in a heart attack. So, yeah. Meanwhile, when we see Dobby hearing this news, he is pissed. His plan has been ruined. His plan that he's been built for several years to expose Endeavor and the entire Todoroki family secret about Endeavor only cares about himself. He only cares about his power. Only care about power. He always cared about to be the number 1 hero. And about that Endeavor is a abused husband. He showed no care or love of his children. He only cares to create children of his own weapon to have the most powerful quirk. And since now Endeavor and Todoroki are dead, now he is even more rage and pissed. Now he knows who killed them, which is Jeff the Killer, but no one knows that the real murderer was Jane the Killer. So pretty much Jane kind of like framed Jeff the Killer. When Toga and Deku heard the news about it, they are shocked because Deku wasn't even there. He's been home the entire time, but this actually happened where the news actually happened. Toga has letting Deku know that she is headed down to grab something to eat if she wants anything, and Deku said, "No, I'm good, you should get something to eat, babe." And Toga said, "I'm still gonna bring you something to eat, alright? I'll be back." And Deku said, "Alright, just be careful out there." "I will." And while Toga's left, we see Deku alone in the house, and his mind is like, and he knows who actually done this, and trying to frame Deku for this is obviously Momo, because she's trying to get the word out there, and of course on the news he does see the message that Yaoyorozu left, and he sees the line covered in blood, written in blood, says, "Don't go to sleep, you won't wake up." And so pretty much around the world say, "Oh great, we got another Jeff the Killer, but what should we call her?" Everyone say, "Okay, how about Jane the Killer? We can't call her Jeff, that would just be too freaking obvious, so why not Jane the Killer?" So now Jane the Killer, Momo Yaoyorozu, is actually became a little bit more popular than Jeff, honestly. So people think now there's some fandom for Jane the Killer against Jeff the Killer fandom. Yeah, that's still happening about which of them is the best between Jane or Jeff. And this does does piss Deku a bit, and yet interest that Momo has a balls of stills to kill people, especially the people that she cares about. And not only that, Deku actually done a research about Momo, honestly, before he leaves to kill Momo, that Momo is the most smartest female in the UA, honestly. And yeah, Momo is pretty freaking smart and have pretty good damn intelligence, say the least. And yeah, he's actually is impressed by Momo's trying to frame Deku, honestly. Meanwhile, we're going to time skip where Toga left the store and got some food from stealing when she was about to head back to the alleyway while she takes the shortcut. And she does stop and see someone wearing a black hoodie figure, and this guy said, "Are you Himiko Toga?" And Toga drops the food and pulls out her knife and says, "Yeah, what of it?" And the man put his hoodie down, reveals, well, it's obviously Lou, and Toga said, "Oh, you're Izuku's little brother, Hanzo, am I right?" And Hanzo's like, "Well, was, but not anymore. I heard the news that he killed everyone that I know, especially the woman I loved. Since he killed her, I'm gonna make him suffer the same way that I did, by having your head on a platter." And Toga said, "Oh, a little boy has 8 balls. Oh, is he crying that his little froggy is dead? Ooh, ooh, ooh." And this does piss off Hanzo. Is like, "You know what? Instead of have your head in the platter, I'm just gonna deliver your head in his front step." And Toga's like, "Then try me, bitch." And the fight goes out, and then we go right back to Deku's place, and it's been like a few hours, and Deku's like, "Where the hell is she? It doesn't take that long to steal the food." I hope she didn't get caught, because I'm not planning to rescue her, even though I love her. But and he hears a door knocking, and it's like, who the hell could that be? I hope it's Toga. So then, thank God. And when he opens the door, he's saying like, hello? And he looks down and see something covered up in a plastic black trash bag. He's like, the hell? And there's a note said, a gift for, it says a gift. And Deku's like, okay. He unties the bag and pulls the bag down and sees the decapitated head of Toga. And Deku falls back on the floor, shocked, and tears coming down her eyes. And he says to Toga. And he starts to cry and screams out in rage. He's pissed. Now he thinks that Momo did it. So yeah, he's going after Momo without no wasting time. And so he decided to hunt down Momo, where so pretty much, yeah, everyone has neck and neck to each other. So Lou and Dobby had their target on Deku, where Deku has his target on Momo, and Momo has her target on Deku. So yeah, things are gonna get insane. And meanwhile, we're gonna time skip where Deku went to, well, I'm trying to choose a different alleyway. When he went to a different alleyway, he sees Momo standing there waiting for him. And Momo was like, "Oh, Izuku Midoriya finally shows up. Did you get my message?" "Yeah, I did. You delivered in my front step." And she's like, "What the hell do you mean? I never sent you anything. Plus, I don't even know where the hell you live at." And Deku's like, "Don't play dumb with me. You killed Toga. You took her away from me." And Momo's like, "I didn't even kill the bitch." And said, "Oh, stop fucking lying." And they hear, before both Momo and Deku about to fight, they hear another voice saying, "She didn't. I did." And they both turn their head and see Lou, or known as Hanzo, and this pisses off Deku, and he says, "You." And Lou's like, "Yeah, I did, because you took Asui away from me. You killed everyone that I care. You took everything away from me. You killed our father, you killed our mother, trying to kill me, kill all my classmates, my teachers, everything that I cared and loved. It's all because of you. You will pay for what you've done." And Deku's like, "I didn't do jack shit. I was home the entire time. It was probably her all this damn time." And Momo's like, guilty as charged. I'm the one who did it, sweetheart. And this pissed off that it was Momo. Now he's, oh wow, he is pissed. And both Hanzo and Deku didn't realize until Lu said, what are you holding, Yarorozu? And she's like, oh, it's just the head of my love. Would you like to say hello to my dearest Todoroki? So she lifts up the head and shows the decapitated head of Shoto Todoroki. And now, yeah, now since she brought proof that she did it, now things completely different. But after Lu and Deku about to fight against Momo, they see a blue flame pass through them in the middle side of them. They both stand back and they turn their head and see Dobby, and Dobby said, if there's only one person who killed this bitch, it's me. And they were like, so a villain, eh? So I guess this is a battle royale or something? Deku questions. And Dobby's like, no, I'm only here to kill the bitch who kill and ruin my plan to expose Endeavor. And Deku's like, fair enough, I have to settle score with a family matter over here. And Lu's like, you, that little slut, deserve to die anyway. So the fight break loose. So we have Jane, known as Momo, versus Dobby, and Lu versus Deku. The fight goes out insane. The fight is fucking brutal. There was like blood and everywhere. Like, no decapitated or anything like that. It's just like 1v1 fight, hand-to-hand combat, weaponry, etc. So between Dobby and Jane, the fight goes out because the fight is brutal between them two. And after I don't remember what was planned to describe this fight. Dobby decided to, burns the decapitated head that Momo was holding, and she is pissed that she's going on a fucking rampage on Dobby, and she just murder and mayhem on Todoroki by using 2 kitchen knives, by cutting Dobby's arm and legs here and there, stabbing him each around of his body, pretty much killing Dobby right there and then after she slit Dobby's throat. And Dobby's like, if I'm gonna die, I'm taking you with me, bitch. So Dobby used one last of his power to burn both him and Jane burn alive. Because I don't know how hot the blue fire is to compare to normal fire, so I cannot say. So after hearing both Dobby and Momo scream of their death, both Deku and Hanzo hear it, but they're not even look or paying attention. They just continue on fighting, and that fight is insane, bloody, and dirty. Because keep this in mind, Jeb is actually less hand-to-hand combat, and his weaponry is only just a kitchen knife. But Hanzo, on the hand, saying he is a homicidal Lu, wherever he could find any types of object that he could use a weapon to kill any people, whatever, he could use it against Deku. So the fight goes out insane. And yeah, and they both, I'm just gonna end the fight really quickly because I'm not gonna make this fight way longer as usual. So they both get, paralyzed by the same weapon, where Hanzo used a freaking metal pole to kill Deku right to the heart, and Deku used a kitchen knife to stab his brother the right side of his head. They both covered up blood, and they both fall on the ground, lightless, dead. Well, the kitchen knife is still attached to Hanzo's head, dead, and the old metal pole is still part of Deku's chest to the heart. Deku is out completely, while the fight is already over, and yeah, a few months has been passed that the death of Jeff the Killer, the death of Jane the Killer, the villain death Dobby, that reveals that Dobby was the oldest son of Endeavor, and now Dobby is now dead, so the Todoroki family have been completely dead in several one day, and of course Jeff the Killer is also dead, along with his brother Hanzo, or known as Lou Bakugo, or known as Homicidal Lou, honestly. So they plan to burn the body, but before that, we're into the hospital where you know where the people keep hitting the body to be cold and fresh or something like that. Well, we're into this part where we hear a familiar sound inside the cabinet thing, whatever you freaking call it, where you put the dead bodies in. We hear someone singing a song, say, "Go to sleep, go to sleep. Jeff the Killer is coming for you. Go to sleep." And that is where the end of What If Deku was Jeff the Killer. And yes, I know what you guys think. He could have just regenerated that quickly. Well, the thing is, he got stabbed in the heart with that metal pole, and it takes a while to heal his heart. So, yeah. So pretty much, yeah, it took a few months to heal that damn heart. So, yeah, Deku lives in the end. So, yeah, that's not the end of Jeff the Killer, so he's still alive, but no one knows about it, so he wants to keep it that way. So, yep, that's the end of What If Deku was Jeff the Killer. So, yeah, guys, I just want to say I really appreciate you guys really enjoying this series so far, and I was not expecting everybody would actually love it, honestly. And sorry I made this part a little bit rushed, honestly. I just want to get this out of the way because I don't have any more ideas to do another part of this, etc. So I think this should be the last part in general. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my social media, my Discord server, my GoFundMe page will all be down below in the description box. You guys know the drill about all that shenanigans. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Kneel before shot of Critias. I'll see you guys later.